Hey guys, it's LaFlower, and welcome back to another episode of Uncommon Faith. It's your girl LaFlower B, and I am so excited that you guys have decided to tune in to another episode. We are in the midst of an amazing series, a money series, and I think it's a great time to be in a series. So I can't wait to talk about our show topic tonight, guys. Of course, if this is your first time here with Uncommon Faith, welcome to the community, welcome to the family, guys. We are just a group of amazing believers who challenge the norm of what faith really is, right? We challenge the norm on putting God in a box. We challenge the norm of living a life that it means that you have to live subpar just because you love God. We want to be the most. We want to live the most. We want to enjoy life the most. We want to rock out with amazing freedom, amazing joy. And that's what uncommon faith is. It's almost like that Joshua faith, right? When he had the sun stand still, right? When he had the sun still so they can complete their mission. And so that's a type of audacious faith that we like to have here on Uncommon Faith. While we talk about some pretty real life issues, hence that's why we're doing a series on money as we kick off 2022. Um, I know my co-host is gonna be joining me here shortly, but we're gonna keep it rocking, guys. If you are tuning in from any of our streaming platforms, guys, go ahead and like and share. Like and share. I'm about to do that myself. So if you give me one moment. I will share our broadcast, guys. If you are watching from what is it, YouTube, definitely like and subscribe to our channel on Flower TV or Stunner Radio. And you can catch us on all, wherever you catch your favorite podcast, because we're on all of those platforms. Now, the first segment of Uncommon Faith, we like to kick it off with our segment called I Know God is Real Because. Now, guys, that is one of my favorite segments that we've ever done on Uncommon Faith because, we get stronger by hearing each other's testimonies. We get stronger by recalling the receipts of God that I like to say the receipts of God, because sometimes, when life really hits us, we forget. We forget the many storms that He's brought us through. We forget, um, the many battles that we've won. We forget the times that we've been able to overcome. Y'all give me a amen in the chat, or give me a something in the chat to let me know, how does it feel when you catch the receipts of God, when you remember the things that God has done for you, right? It's just so amazing when we just sit back and we just like, man, you brought me through. Man, I can recall car accidents, y'all. I can recall robberies. I can recall so many different things. But I know God is real this week because of my continued growth and elevation and the evolution that I am going through as a woman, as a mother, as a wife. I'm so happy, and I know that it's God who is allowing me to really grow and to really look beyond the surface of things and to look through lenses. I have different lenses than I used to have many years before. It's like I know God is real because I'm not the same flower. I'm not the the young lady, the mistress. I'm not the same woman who was very closed minded. I'm not the same woman who was very accusatory. I'm not the same woman who was extremely shy and bashful and ashamed of just me, not comfortable in her skin. So I know God is real because it's like He has been with me throughout this entire journey. I was just speaking with my husband earlier, and I told him that I realized that one of my superpowers is being a mom. Just flat out being a mom. As most of you guys know, I'm a mom of, seven amazing girls and one handsome king, and being a mom is a superpower, right? However, with that motherhood, I have also taken on a huge nurturing characteristic, right? It's like I want to nurture, I want to make sure everyone's good, I want to do those things. And it's great that I have the ability to go and help people, but I often help people to a point where it's a deficit to myself. And, I know God is real because when I was praying today and meditating, and I was talking with a friend of mine, after I finished that session, I was like, man, God was like, Flower, you your help. Like your help is great. However, by you helping people as much as you do, you're interfering with the lessons that I'm trying to teach them. I'm gonna say that one more time. Sometimes when we help people, when we think that we're helping people, like I'm pretty sure we all have that family member, right? Where, or that friend, or that some person in our network where they just can't get right. And we just want to continue to help them and help them and help them because n- I know I don't want to see anybody struggle. I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to see anybody struggle, right? Um, but I realized that some of my greatest accomplishments, some of my greatest deep revelations that I've gotten from God, some of my biggest things have been birthed out of pain. And I realized, and while I was, in that meditation and God was speaking with me today, I realized that by me over nurturing people, it was hindering God from doing his work in them. Like I was trying to stop them from feeling the pain when the pain was the same thing that helped birth purpose within me. And that was like, whoa. I was like, whoa, God, I don't want to interfere with what you're doing. But at the same time, I don't want to see people hurt. And God just had to remind me that just like he kept me, just like he kept me, being a teenage mom and losing my father as when I was a teenager, and being married so early, and with a failed marriage and all of that stuff, divorced, and a single mom of three. Like God kept me through all of that, college dropout, like all of that. God kept me through all of that. And he was just reminding me today that just like I kept you, and you had so much purpose birthed out of your pain, you got to allow some of the people that you're connected to feel that pain. You got to allow people to feel that pain so that their purpose can be birthed. It's like sometimes some of us, we nurture our family and our friends and our loved ones so much. We want to protect them. Same thing that we do with our children. Like I know with my adult children, I gotta pull them off of the breast almost. I gotta pop the nipple out of their mouth, and in a symbolic sense. Um, I have to let them fall and hurt themselves and allow them to figure it out on their own and allow God to be God in their lives. And for me, that really hurts, guys. That really hurts because I want to I want to be successful, and I want to see my family and friends successful at the same time. Um and so yeah, that really hurts. I'm going through that now, with some people who are truly close to me, and it hurts. It hurts seeing them go through that pain, but I know on the other side of this pain is their breakthrough. I know on the other side of, some of their procrastination is going to be some of their biggest and most explosive accelerations in their lives and their ministries and things like that. So I know God is real because of not only the growth within me, but the growth that I'm going to see in other people as well by me being obedient to what he's saying. And you guys just comment, when you catch this replay, and let me know if you've ever gone through that. Because for me, it hurts. Just being totally honest, because I've always just been that person to hold things together. And also in this, I know God is real because as I make as I release my nurturing to certain people in my life, not saying I'm not going to love them, not saying I'm not going to be there for them. I'm going to be a listening ear for them. I'm going to be there to cheer them on. I just can't be the one that's I can't be their God. I can't be their safety net all of the time, right? And as I release and make room, I know that that's going to allow me to also experience massive acceleration because now that gives me more time with God. That gives me more time to work on the things that I need to work on. It gives me um it gives me so much more clarity and time to just be in my lane because you guys know we talk about seasons and assignments all the time here on the show, right? And I know that this is a season for massive acceleration for me, but I know that I can't be spoon feeding and bottle feeding and doing all these other things for other people if God has called me to a higher level. Because sometimes when we are successful, we want to reach a level of success, guys. What I found is that I wanted to put everybody on my back and I wanted us all to arrive, at the promised land at the same time. Instead of me going out, me scouting, me doing what I have to do in order to put my family and my friends in a better position, um, and to get there first, and then turn back and lend a helping hand to help them get there. I didn't want to do that. I'm like, no, I want us all to experience this together. And it was hard. It's hard to come to that conclusion to know that um, the people that are in my inner circle, they may not be able to have the same experiences of success that I've been called to, or not even success, but the rooms and the levels and the things that God has called me to do. Um, it's hard. It's hard for me to process this. And literally, you guys are getting this raw, uncut, totally transparent moment as this is real life, what's going on right now. Um, and so I'm not gonna get emotional because I'm a super emotional person, but I'm not gonna get emotional. But I know God is real because I know that those people that I have to let them feel that pain, I know God has got them and He's always had them. I was just in the way. And I may have delayed or not may have, I have delayed some of their lessons and possibly some of their blessings at the same time. And in return, I have delayed some of the things that I've been called to because I want to see everybody win. So that's I know God is real this week, guys. I pray that you got something out of it. I pray that someone actually feels um, the authenticity of this moment because I know I'm not the only one that's gone through this, especially, women we carry a lot of us carry this nurturing spirit or this nurturing characteristics and some of us have gotten into the habit of over nurturing or over giving or over serving. So again, I know God is real because we continue to grow. He continues to speak to us, and all we have to do is listen to those that small still voice, and he will give us the everything that we need to continue to evolve and to grow into the men and women that he has created us to be. All right, guys. So next, we are going to go ahead and jump right into our money topic this week. So, our money topic this week is building an emergency fund. Mm, emergency fund. So, just to recap on our money series that we're doing. So, we've talked about, we've touched on the financial foundation. Let me get a sip of tea really quick. Just some old school ice lemon tea, guys, for tonight. Um, for our money series, we have touched on the financial foundation, right? So we've gone over the first thing in your financial foundation is I highly suggest that you have some type of protection. That you have some type of protection. Protection meaning life insurance, guys. As we are on this journey of building wealth and things like that, while we still have so much liabilities, it is extremely important, especially if you're not just single, especially if you are in a relationship, especially if you have children, or if you have responsibilities, right? If you got bills, if you got debt, it is so important for you to have that protection. I was speaking with someone the other day. Hold up. Welcome our co-host, Miss DeAndra Scott. We just wrapped up I Know God is Real Because, and I was just going over, some of my journey and evolution and that I have been rediscovering and redefining myself. And some of those questions and stuff that we've been asking ourselves to help. And then we were just doing a recap and jumping into emergency fund. So how are you this evening, birthday girl? Birthday girl was late, y'all, because she was still turning up. How
Oh, guys, first, hey everybody, fam, what's going on? Please forgive my tardiness. I was having technical difficulties and I did get home a little bit, right before the show, but I did have technical difficulties too.
all right, we'll put it on.
But guys, oh my god, I was so ready for I Know God is Real segment, and then technical difficulties, but I caught it right at the wave, and I have to say that I'm just so grateful I know God is real because I get another chance to walk into my birthday. I feel so excited taking this leadership course, and within that I'm just feeling so for sure, and walking into my womanhood, feeling like I'm officially a grown woman, right? So I just know God is real because he has kept me, and he has still always wraps his arms around me and preserve me for just this time coming to where I feel like so many things are coming into place. Hey G, love you. So yes, he is real because he will keep you, he will preserve you for when you are ready, Roxy, for your heart's desires to come to pass. So thank you, God, for another year. I'm so grateful. Um, but yes, that was all. I had a great time. OMG.
I love
Still
it.
on cloud nine.
You look like you're still on cloud nine. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
So yeah, we were just recapping a couple things that we've gone over, like the power of protection, and knowing that life insurance is not just to bury you, right? Like it's not something that you can save a couple $1,000s for and be like, y'all take care of this. It's like that's I think that's like so being so irresponsible to the people that you love, right? When you don't really set them up for success. She does. She look like a whole little caramel Marilyn Monroe over here. That's what Sister Linda said the other day. Say, look at my little Marilyn Monroe. Um,
And she texted me and I was like, really, mom? And I just put the little giggle face and I just laughed. I was like, wow.
she's something
Thanks,
else, y'all.
sis. Love you so much.
Um, oh, and last week we were debunking myths about money, right? And so this week we're diving into building an emergency fund. So let's get into it. Let's get it. Why are you shaking your head when you thinking of what we talk?
Oh, because honestly, within this pandemic, I've had like my highs and my lows. Like in the beginning, I was able to save a lot. We were able to save a lot as a couple, and we were able to do some great investments, and we even got our food truck and so many great things happen. But then also within this pandemic and within everything going on, emergency fund where? Emergency fund who? You know, it's like, where is that?
Really?
Where is it? So, I shake my head because I have my highs and my lows, and I have my moments to where I feel like I'm up, I'm getting it. And then I have my moments where it's like, man, if I don't know.
I
So,
got you.
it's so important. I'm so glad we're touching on this subject because it's so important for me to even just practice what I preach. So,
Mm,
just diving into it and just getting back on track personally, just with everything and making sure like that emergency fund is on. And that's not your savings, right? That's on top of everything else. This is something completely separate. So break down emergency fund, Flower. Like, what exactly is this fund? Is it part of your savings? Is it part of, like, where do people start when they think of emergency fund?
right. So I would say we want to start with ideally long term, your full emergency fund or full savings should be 3 to 6 months of your income. That's long term. But I know a lot of us are not even at that point, right? So first things first, we need $1,000 liquid. We need $1,000 in cash that we can put our hands on. So if we don't have that, that's the first thing that we have to do. Um, and that could be, you can start the $5, you can start $20, whatever you do, but that has to be an aggressive goal for you to start your emergency fund, right? Because and I say, and when you get this $1,000, put it up, lock it up. Like, don't be dipping in it to buy pizza, tipping the pizza man, tipping the Uber guy. It's like, this is truly emergency money,
Mm-hmm.
right? Hey, hey, cousin. Hey, Christine.
Hey, good evening.
This is truly emergency money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, right, Gina, that long term, that big emergency fund should be 3 to 6 months, right? Initially, you want to back that up because you want to make it a real, you want to build that short-term emergency fund. This emergency fund is going to cover those may pop tires, right?
Yeah.
Those tires.
Okay.
This is gonna cover, that maybe that emergency ER visit, if you don't have an HSA, and we should have added on having a health savings plan, so that your medical expenses are not taken out of your savings and stuff like that, and it's already a part of your budget and it's separated. But we'll talk about that another show.
Yeah.
Um, so this emergency fund is just for example, when when my truck was broken into in December.
Mm-hmm.
We I'm so happy that we had that money. We had money saved and put aside because I had to buy 2 brand new windows. I had to, get glass cleaned out of the car, and I had to come off that money in a matter of 12 hours. It's like, I need you at my house like 7 a.m. in the morning because it was raining that Saturday, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with my brand new vehicle? So that's why it's so important, guys. This is truly emergency. And I only bring that instance up because that was a true emergency. Another emergency would be like when we have like some of the storms and the hurricanes here, or natural disasters. Sometimes the lights go out. Sometimes there's no power. And so, how can you use your credit card if there's no power? Y'all know the cell phones at one point when one of the storms hit our area, cell phones didn't even work, calls weren't going through. And so, you still need a way to buy and barter things with actual cash when it comes to that emergency fund. So that's why I'm a stickler on your very first emergency fund needs to be that $1,000 liquid cash. Okay. The second type of emergency fund you can have is, of course, you can have that credit card that you can lock up and not use. But I only advise that if you have other trade lines and other lines of credit that you are actively using, because you just don't want to get a credit card and not have any utilization on it, and it's just sitting away in your wallet. That's not going to do your credit any good because there's no activity. So you can have credit. You can have credit. Um, I love it. Miss Marilyn, Miss Marilyn. You can have credit as your emergency fund, but I would only use this if you are actively using other credit cards so that it does not hinder your credit card utilization. But I highly advise you to put $1,000 in your hands. Be able to touch $1,000 liquid and have that cash put away somewhere in your home. What do you think about that, DeAndra?
I love it. I need to hear it. I hope everybody has like a pen and paper right now because Flower is throwing out like some great things, and then she's gonna break down liquid in a minute, just in case,
So
liquid kind
liquid
of.
liquid just means that when you say when you talk about someone's liquid assets, that means that
Hmm.
they can liquidate it and they can have this right away.
Hmm.
Because there's a difference with having an asset and they're not liquid. That means that you have the asset, it's in your name, you're in charge, you're the overseer of that, but that may not mean that you can cash out on that asset. So when I say liquid, that means that you can it's right here right now.
Cash
Okay?
money.
Right. So
Is taking over for the 99 and the 2000.
you are so silly. So, guys, if you don't, and maybe on our Instagram, I know we're getting more active over there. Maybe we'll have a weekly savings plan. Maybe we need to do that to encourage everyone to save this $1,000 as a start because
Yeah.
we never know what could happen. And so that's one thing that me and Marcus did. We were super excited when we first did it some years ago. We got a little safe, we put it in our closet, we each
Hmm.
had a little code, we would go in, and both of us committed to adding to this $1,000. Like, how quickly can we get to $1,000? Whether it was us saving money or me not going to Starbucks or us cooking dinner, not eating out. It's like
Hmm.
whatever is left in the bank account, we're going to cash that out. We're going to cash that out of our checking, not our savings. We're going to cash this out of our checking, and we're going to add that to that $1,000 liquid so that we can get there faster. So that's the quick emergency fund. The of course, like Regina said, the long-term goal is to continue those savings habits so that you build a savings of 3 to 6 months of your income. And if it's two of y'all, if it's two incomes that's holding down the house, then guess what? You're going to take the average of those monthly expenses, you're going to multiply it by 3 to 6 months. And that's what your emergency fund should be. So, for example, if it takes $4,000 to run your household, multiply that $4,000 by either 3 or 6, right? So you're going to need $12,000, right? Y'all following me? Or you're gonna need to do 6 times 4, which is what, 24, I believe. So you have to make sure, and for us, I realized that we had to make that a priority. We had to make it a priority. It's like savings has to be a priority. If you don't make savings a priority, guess what? Something's always gonna come up. That Sunday brunch gonna come up. That that date night gonna come up, that movie gonna come up, that new game is gonna come out, that new tech is gonna come out. You're gonna go into the sales store and you're gonna see that cute outfit and you're gonna think, oh, it's on sale, so I'm getting a discount. And before you know it, the little money that you did have saved is gone, plus you ain't added nothing to it.
It's just gone like the wind. You know, And y'all, brunching is such a culture out here in Atlanta, and I'm trying to step my game up, to even just go once a week. These people are brunching multiple times a week, and but like LaFlower said, you have to cut back. You have to pick your choices. You have to decide, hey, I'm not going to eat out tonight. Hey, we're cooking. Hey, I know it's food in there. Let's pull it out. Let's thaw it out. Let's get it out the freezer. Because at the end, to have that security, oh, what a great feeling. It's a great feeling
Yes.
to not to have to go borrow it or to get a loan and have to pay double back to someone else when you could have paid yourself, right? Throughout the time of saving and things like that. So I love that. If you want to do the envelope method, and you just want to see it, you want to touch it, you want to get the safe, you want to put it in the bank. However, just start
Just
to
do it.
acquire that.
Just
Yeah.
do it. Just do it. But
I,
guys, we got to get ready to go to break. So we're going to be right back talking more about these emergency funds, giving more tricks and tips on how to set it up, and we really just want everybody to win this year. We want everyone to really win. So we will be right back. LaFlower and Miss Maryland will be right back.
Life is better when you are living on purpose, but many times we get stuck in the rat race and in the mundane task of our day-to-day lives, causing most to lose sight of their purpose. That's why certified life coach, inner healer, and business strategist LaFlower B is here to help you get calibrated to your calling through proven systems, techniques, and resources. Order a copy of her book, Principles to Reposition, to assist you with your journey, or schedule a free clarity session to kickstart the journey. After these sessions, clients have stated they found clarity and opened their eyes to things they had long forgotten. So get social and follow LaFlower on all social media platforms at LaFlower Bowie. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Uncommon Faith. It's your girl LaFlower and DeAndra, and we missing Regine. We missing Regine.
yes.
Right? She over there handling her HR business tonight, and we love her. We miss her. That's so
Right
true,
there.
Christine.
Right
Use those 5 and 10 guys. There's so many charts, and
there.
if you
Yes.
want to save, guys, there's so many ways that you can do it. It
Mm-hmm.
it's so many ways. One time, I got a shoebox and I duct taped it up with
Yes.
some black tape, and we would just throw all of our ones and fives in this shoebox, and I think we kept it for 6 months because we just wanted to see like how much money could we actually save.
Yeah.
Every time, we come home and we had fives or ones in Marcus's wallet or my purse, we would just throw that money in there, and you would be surprised at how much you can actually save.
Mm-hmm.
um Another tip is, like we said, after you get that $1,000 cash, I highly suggest to either, like Regina mentioned a couple weeks ago, put that emergency fund in a money market account or put it in a credit union, something that you can't easily touch, right? I suggest to, well, for me and Marcus, one of the accounts we don't even have cards to, because we just wanted to automate the savings, have it go to that account, but we didn't want a card to go with that account because we know our habits. We know we like to go to the gallo. We we know we like to go to, some of our favorite restaurants. We know these things, but if we don't have access to the money, then it's easy to save the money, but easy access to the money. So automate that thing. Even like Christine was saying, there's so many things that you can do. Schedule $5 to go out of your checking account every Wednesday. Don't do it on Monday because stuff from the weekend still coming out. Don't do it on
Right.
Friday because bills coming out. So every Wednesday or Thursday, have that $5 or $10 come out of your account
Yeah.
and go into your savings account. And you can even have that with a whole nother bank.
Mm-hmm.
I have a whole nother credit union that's based out of a whole nother state. There's no local branches. I can't go to an ATM machine. I can't do any of that. But there's a portion of money that goes over there that I don't touch.
Mm-hmm.
And literally out of sight, out of mind. What do you think, Didi?
Out of sight, out of sight, out of mind is exactly where my behind needs to be at all times. I don't need to see it, because I do know that I'm going to be like, oh, if I just pinch off just a little bit and I just keep pinching and pinching and pinching. So I love that idea. I've done that too, to where money just automatically goes to an account where I can't touch it. I can't see it. And it's such a good feeling after a few months, after, that year. It's like, hey, even with Christmas, I know not to think about Christmas, it just ended, but how about we say the holidays, Thanksgiving, everything. We'll just say the holidays. We start now, saving around the holidays when it's like, while you want that extra money, you might not have just that little extra because we're still every month, doing our thing. You can have that, just so many things, or that trip you want to take. A year from now, that year is gonna come. If you do your trip, break it down every month how much you need to save. And look, I know we talking about emergency, y'all. I know, and I'm talking about trips and stuff like
No,
that.
no, that's fine,
But
that's fine. Because
it's
after you do that emergency fund, at least after you get to the 3-month mark, you can go
mhm,
ahead and start splitting up the
mhm,
money that's going into those funds.
mhm,
Okay, you're still building the key is to still build your fund.
mhm.
But if you wanna start putting $20 or $50 towards your trip fund, that's fine, right? Because we still wanna reward ourselves. We don't wanna always just live for tomorrow, right? But we don't want to always just live and wait for something to happen. We want to enjoy our experiences at the same time. And so that's so true. It's like, and the Christmas thing is one thing that we did last year, we did this year. It's like we started saving, halfway through the year. And, this is just holiday money. This holiday money. And this year we were able to do some extra things around the house. We were able to, hire some people to do some stuff around the house. And the kids were like, "Is this our house?" They was like, "Is this our house?" And they were so excited, and Marcus and I was like, "Wow, we should have been doing this a whole lot sooner." Because we would already buy gifts here and there, but, the holiday come and you really want you wanna be able to be flexible.
Yeah, you want to
You
turn
wanna
up.
be able to be as flexible as you want. Somebody calling me from Carrollton, Texas right now. I can't talk to you, baby. I'll call you back. Y'all know I'm so busy. Y'all know my plate is so freaking full. And I know Christine, she was in the chat about Bitcoin. Come talk to your girl about the crypto. We're gonna have a whole
Yes,
session about
yes,
crypto.
that's gonna
Uh,
be coming soon. So
yes.
y'all stay tuned.
Absolutely, because Odell Beckham is like, "Don't pay me in cash, pay me in Bitcoin, baby." The arena in California is changed its name. I think it's the Staples Center changed its name from the Staples Center to Crypto.com.
Crypto.com.
So if you haven't got on, if you're not trading and investing, or if you're still under a rock when it comes to certain things,
Right.
you definitely want to put yourself in a better position. Christine,
Yeah.
the only thing I would say when it comes to investing and trading, you want to make sure that you have some type of savings. You have some type of savings because you don't want because investments is going to go up and down.
Right.
Going to go up and down. You don't want when it goes down for it to hurt you, for you to feel it.
Right.
Right? You don't wanna be able, "Oh, I lost," no. If it go down, you hang in the market because the markets is gonna go up because the profits always outweigh the losses, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why we're talking and going through the financial foundation in order of protection, savings, being debt free, and then investments. Because if you walk it out in that order, you're definitely going to be set up for a success. But
Right. And
now with
start that investment fund, like LaFlower is saying, when you're setting up your emergency, set up all these things to where you're sowing into these things, and soon it will get full. You'll reach your goal eventually. So if you want to invest, and like LaFlower is saying, don't invest from what is your monthly output, to survive and do everything you need to do. Do it from a place to where you've saved. It's your investment fund. You can put in here, pull out, go down, go up, however,
right,
and it not hurt you. So
right.
that's a
And
great one.
technology has done so many great things because, like, oh my gosh, I'm ashamed. Am I ashamed to say this? Oh my gosh, like 18 years ago when I
Oh,
started in the
it's
financial
that long?
services. Yes, 18 years ago when yeah, 16 to 18 years ago when I started in the financial services industry, when I was a life insurance agent, um, we didn't have the technology that we had. So when you invest, you were really investing in stocks and indices, and it was a long-term game. Like I used to teach, like, hey, you invest in this is going to be 3 to 5 to 10 years that you looking for this money to sit and grow over time. But now we have technology and artificial. Y'all need to just hit me in the inbox. We'll just have a private session over here about these
No,
things.
it's true though. It's so true. We have to learn. And I think with COVID, it pushed everyone to move with the time, to adjust quickly, to not think about what's been happening, but what's about to happen, what's happening next, so we can stay on top of things, so we can always secure that bag because that's the goal. We need to get that back so we can do everything else that we need to do. And NFTs, I mean, it's so many realms of this metaverse, of this crypto, of this, it's just it's such a wide, strong topic that's coming. So I feel like even if you're not ready to invest, just get the knowledge.
Right, right. Because you
Just
definitely want
look
to set
into it.
yourself up. You definitely
Yeah.
want to set yourself. And guys, please, 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 please don't take on the energy of the world right now. Take on the energy of your household. Like, what does your household
Yes.
need? Does your household need protection? Okay, let's call my local life insurance agent and get some protection.
Yes.
Okay, we got that protection. Let's get this $1,000 saved. Okay,
Mhm.
now let's work on this 3 to 6 months. We got a lot of debt. Okay, let's tackle some of this debt, right? Let's and that's where I'm at. I'm like, I gotta get out of debt. Like I gotta get out of debt. Yes, ma'am, Deandra.
So I have some great news.
Oh yes, come on and share with the world. Share with the world about the debt. Now
You
you
know,
now you can take that money that you were paying and put that into your
you
savings.
know. So I should have did this because I know God is real. I should have threw this in there too. So you guys, we're in the process of building our credit, of getting ready to purchase, you know, our home and so many things, and businesses and things like that. So I've really been eagle eyeing my credit, and just so
Was that the eagle eye or the snake eyes or the snake claw?
well, eagles got claws too.
Oh, oh yeah, they do.
So
Okay,
I'm
okay,
gonna stick with the eagle.
okay. Y'all
So
don't mind me.
so guys, guess what? I guess Biden put my name in that student loan clearing because your girl has a student loan zero balance. Okay, when I say I am shouting to the rooftops that and y'all, this is the funniest thing though. When I noticed and when I verified and I was like, oh snap, this is real, it's zero balance. Justin was like logging in, on the low. He went to the side. He was like, his balance still there, y'all.
Justin was like,
But my balance clear, So,
you were
but
something else.
I was like, wow. So, and then I also saw it on the Shade Room. Everybody be on the Shade Room. How Biden did such and such, and everybody was like, no, he didn't do it for me. He didn't do it for me. He didn't do it for me. And in my mind, I was like,
Right.
he did it for me.
All
You
right,
know,
Sister Linda.
and I was like, man. So within that, y'all, I was like, what? So when we go into debt free, when I can say that I am so close, like about 95% to being completely debt free. Listen,
And now you about to take on that good debt with that mortgage.
so I'm so appreciative. I'm so grateful. I have been doing my praises. I've known for a while, but I was like, let me share because this is truly a blessing. I was like, wow, this is beautiful. So yes, debt
Amen.
free is so beautiful, and I was like, wow, that's winning. That's winning for real, and I'm so grateful for that. So
Yes, yes.
praise. So yeah, I'm ready to start building these funds, emergency fund, investment fund, vacation fund,
Diddy trying to build all the funds, y'all.
retreat
But
funds,
I love it. I love it.
the wine country funds. Okay, I'm sorry, Flo. Go ahead.
She ready, y'all. But we're gonna have our next show. We're gonna be talking about debt and different ways to approach debt, all that stuff. But again, the emergency fund tonight. So DeAndra touched on something early where she's like, she built it, she used it, we built it, and that happens. And guess what? It's okay. It's okay. Like I told you guys, I had to use a large portion of my emergency fund during the holiday season after we had already purchased all the stuff for the house and the kids and stuff. But I was grateful because we were able to do that and still have money in our savings, right? To still have our savings. Um, and it's gonna happen. Emergencies are gonna happen. Like we always say, life is going to happen. But the key takeaway here tonight is maintain the habit. Because if you build it once, why the oldest always calling me while I'm on the show, y'all? I don't understand. She know it's Tuesday. She know it's Tuesday. She just got out of class, y'all.
I
Um,
need her to step it up. She knows Tuesday. My mic was muted, so I had to make sure I said it.
I hope she all right because she got a late class this semester, y'all. But um, yeah, as long as we maintain the habit of saving, because our savings doesn't change. Because you're going to be saving for an emergency fund, saving for, like DeAndre said, a trip fund, saving to that money is going to be going towards paying down your debt. That money is going to be going towards investments. So the habit doesn't change of you putting this money aside. It just changes on where this money is going, right? So the habit of the money going, it doesn't change. So as long as you maintain the habit, like don't get out of the habit of savings, right? And one of the biggest things, and we touched on this last week too, if you looking at your budget and you like, I can't squeeze no more, I can't do nothing else, baby, you got to make some more money. You just got to make some more money.
Oh wait. Wait, say it one more time for the people in the back, because that I know that one kind of hit, that was a big blow, because it's like, whoa, when you think about it, it's like, wait, I just need to generate more income, and it's gonna be, tedious at first, but it has to be done. So it's like letting people know, maybe it's just I need more money
That's it.
for my household and for what it is that we want to do. I just need to it's not that I'm doing anything bad. I just need more.
That's it. And guess what? The cost of living is going up. The cost of inflation inflation is a real thing, right? And so things are gonna, like, my 16-year-old, she thinks she all that. She got a good little job. Her savings account,
Like, y'all, she is all that, y'all. She is all that, y'all. She doing her thing,
she's
y'all.
amazing. But it just, y'all, when I see, because Marcus and I, we can see her checking account. But it's the habit that I get excited about, because as soon as the baby girl's check hits, she sends like 70% to her savings. And she buy a little Shein, her little special groceries, her little, face mask, all of that, her little jewelry. But 60 to 70%, boom, right into savings. And baby girl she good. She good. She's working on buying her a car cash.
Come on,
Her
parents.
her portion of the car. Like, you save up a couple G's, we're gonna come with a few G's and we're gonna make this happen.
I love it.
But when she was in the grocery store, so now that she has money, she's not just swiping my card, she's spending her card and saying, Mom, when did the oat milk go up? Mom, when did because she has to have her special cereal. And I'm like, baby, you can buy that now. I'm just buying general for the whole house. But since you want specials, but and I said that to say inflation is not going to stop, guys. So just off the rip, you got to make more money in the season that we're living in, or your family is going to have to go without. Point. That's just so serious. We are in a season where you have to make more money. And guess what? Jobs are still hiring people at minimum wage. There are jobs that don't offer a match on the 401k for your retirement. So either way it goes, you're going to have to make more money because things are becoming more expensive. Bread is almost $3 or $4 just for a loaf of bread, right? So what are you going to do? You got to put yourself in a position to make more money. And that's why this is a whole sidebar. That's why I love entrepreneurship so much and activating your entrepreneur rights, because it really gives you the freedom to go out there and generate income. Whether you start a traditional business or whether you don't have a lot of money and you decide to go the network marketing route, whatever you decide to do, find something that's in your lane that's going to generate, I don't care if it's a couple $100 for your family,
Yeah.
right? Something that's going to mend the gap between inflation, what you need to save for your family, because you can't be at the same job and expect your family to live the same lifestyle if you're not getting the annual increase. And these days the annual increase doesn't even cover the cost of living.
No.
It doesn't. It doesn't cover the cost of inflation, right? So bottom line, a lot of us, you just got to make more money, baby. We
Yeah.
have to work longer hours. Sometimes I work 7 days a week.
And you know what? It's like just turn those creative juices on. You know, like kind of like LaFlower, like her lock business is really taking off. And it's like she is supplementing in such a magnificent way because she's already doing hair. Y'all know how many little girls' heads she's doing already. So she's already activating those fingers. So, you know, for her to be able to utilize what she's already doing, what she's already putting her time and her energy into, and now that same time and that same energy is generating income, you know. And so I would say in so many ways, just anything natural, anything you're good at, anything. If it's your day off, that's the day you do your side hustle. That's the day you build that business. That's the day you do your entrepreneurship. Is your day off? It's really no days off. Like LaFlower just said, she's working 7 days a week.
It's no days off when you have massive goals,
Yes.
when you have little eyes that are looking up at you and depending on you. It's really no days off. And of course, guys, we talk about taking sabbatical, we talk about resting. So it's not just a constant hustle, but you have that mindset of no days off means that you don't have any days to not be intentional.
Right.
That's what I mean. So when my days off, like my Mondays are my sabbatical day, that's the day that my body resets, my mind resets. So you may not see me active on social media. If you do, it's probably with Hootsuite or Planoli, one of my social media apps that I use to post for me. It's not me. All that stuff is planned. But you have to be intentional 7 days a week.
Definitely.
Be intentional. And DeAndra brought up something great when it came to use your giftings, use your talents
Mm-hmm.
to generate that additional income. And guys, please don't be afraid to fail. Like my family will tell you, Flower has had a side hustle since I was 18 years old, probably like 15. No,
Mm,
I was like 15, like since I was a freshman in high
much
school.
younger,
I'm a,
but I ain't gonna tell y'all what it was.
since I would go with the freshman in high school. And so that's like 14, 15. It's like I've always had some type of additional income coming in,
Mm-hmm.
some type of supplemental income coming in,
Yeah.
not just because I was before I was even a single parent, before I was even a teen mom. It's like you have to put yourself in a winning position and
That
not just sit there and be like, "Oh, woe is me."
right. And you know, that was for me too. You know, it was, look, I can't just sit here. You know, I can't just, I know this is what I like to buy from the grocery store. And
Yep.
I'm not gonna fold on what I'm putting inside my body. So I
Mhm.
know that I'm gonna have to work hard, or if I don't have, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make the grocery store, so beneficial for me. And the stuff that I wanted, so it's like I'm with Lindacia. What did the oat milk go up?
Girl,
It's
that was
like the oat
Diane.
The oat creamer? Come on, $5?
Right. And it's like my oldest, she'll say the whole time, she's like, Mom, I didn't know adulting was so expensive. I was like, you're right. I protected you for so long.
Yeah.
I did. And that goes back to my I know God is real. I have this over nurturing spirit where I wanna make sure everybody good. Like Flower, like I can take the stripes on my back. Like I can take the whipping, but I want to protect everybody else. But everybody else got to get in the game and they got to get their own stripes because that pain produces purpose, guys.
Yeah.
And so some of you guys are in pain right now with your finances. And that's why, DeAndra was led like we gotta do this finance series.
Yes, baby, because I told y'all when sis saw she was almost debt free. Okay, like look, y'all don't even know. Like I'm so driven. I'm
This
so
girl, I
driven.
love it. I can't wait for the open house. I can't
I'm
wait
so
for the
driven. So
I
I
can't
just
wait for
love
the
it.
house ceremony. But
And go ahead, Flower. I want to say something though. Like before we
no,
close
go ahead,
out,
go ahead.
you know, just I've been before it's off of subject, but it's something so real and something so important because I've been seeing so much suicide, guys, in the headlines, and I've been seeing so much just people not being able to cope, just with the days. And when I tell you, for one, here at Uncommon Faith, you can hit our DM at any time. Okay, like, look, I will respond. I will say whatever. I'll call you. We can pray. We can do whatever. LaFlower to Regina, all of us. However, because mental health is so important, and everyone is so important. If we're making it through this pandemic, we have to remember we are living actively through a pandemic that we have not ever been through, and this has been so intense. And I know we've all lost somebody, and it's so saddening. Like when I say I have to lift myself up, I have to know, and I have to have faith, and I have to know that the brighter days are coming. It might be dark right now. It might not be exactly what I want right now, but I have to know. And that's where that deep faith comes from, guys. Like that's when, we activate saying, hey, I'm God's child. And I know we're going through something crazy right now, but I know that I have a purpose, and I know that within this, I'm gonna make it through. And no matter how tough it gets, we have to remember that if we know we have purpose, and we know we're gonna make it through, and we know that things are gonna come to pass while it's dark, while it's feeling so overwhelming, I just pray, and I just want to say that just remember and just always look to those brighter days, and always say, I know I'm going to make it through this. This is looking like I'm not. This is looking pretty dark. This is looking like I don't see anything. I cannot make it through. But you have to create that light. If you create that light and you see it, it will definitely come to pass. And
That's
it
so
will
true.
definitely happen. And so my heart is just so broken with everything that I'm seeing, and all the headlines that I'm reading. And I'm all for celebrating, and I'm all for celebrating life, and I'm also all for humanity. And in my prayer, it's just that people can remember that if they can see that light again, if they can visualize it, no matter how dark it is, and walk towards it, it'll happen. It'll come to pass. So I
That's
just
so
wanted to tell our
interesting.
Uncommon Faith family
No, I think that's so important. It's February 1st. It's the first day of February. It's
Black
History
History
Month.
Month.
And but it also, like you said, we also our hearts are constantly heavy because of a lot of the mental illnesses that's in our community. And so, I just want to remind everybody, because I was listening to, like, y'all, one of my favorite rappers is Kevin Gates. Don't judge me. DeAndra knows this. I've been rocking with Kevin a long time. And but I know in my spirit something changed with him over the past couple years.
Mhm.
And I finally heard an interview that he did, and it was just his first time sharing. And he talked about the fact that he wanted, a couple years ago in December, he wanted to commit suicide.
Yep.
Like he was going to do it.
Yep.
He was going to do it. He was at the gym working out, and he was about to leave the gym. He looked at himself
Yep.
in the mirror, and he's like, "That's it."
Yep.
And when he was walking out, a young guy walked in, and the young guy really just gave him his flowers, like, "Hey,
Yep.
your music has gotten me through some really hard times." So I just want to encourage everybody, give people their flowers while they're here.
Please.
Check on some of those people who are always speaking life into you. If God gives you a word, speak it into them, or just tell them how much you appreciate them. Because those of us who pour so much into other people, sometimes it's good to hear that the weight that we carry is appreciated, or is reciprocated, and you
It's
do it,
noticed.
it's noticed, right? Give
Yeah.
people their flowers, give your children their flowers. And we're gonna
Mhm.
we're gonna have a whole series on mental illness
Yes.
and all of that. But key thing is, guys, speak life into people. Speak life into your children. Speak life into your spouses. Speak life into your coworkers, into strangers. If the Holy Spirit lays something on your heart to share with somebody,
Mhm.
don't hesitate to do it, because you never know, that word that God gave you could be the word that saves that bullet,
Ah,
right?
yes.
That's it, y'all. We gotta get out of
That's
here.
it.
Y'all save some
Yes.
money. Save some money. Build that emergency fund. Do it. Like Whoopi
Save that
Goldberg,
money.
what she's like, get that money on Sister Act when they were raising the money and they were out there. Like, get that
Get up
money.
off of
Get
that
that,
thing.
yes, get
Hey.
that money, y'all. Well, thank
Yes.
you guys so much for an amazing show. Thank you, DeAndra, for being as fabulous as you always are.
You
I
too,
love
sis. You too.
you.
Hmm.
Thank you. All right, guys. Good night. We love you. Grace and peace.
Grace and peace.